Here are my 3 audience members. So I remember as a kid growing up going to zoos all the time with my family, with school for different field trips, and I loved learning about all the different kinds of animals, seeing all the different kinds of animals. But as I've grown up, I've come to realize just how depressing zoos really are. And after doing some research, I believe that we, like you and me, schools, families, all of us, should stop going to and supporting zoos. Why should we stop supporting them? Because 1, they alienate animals from their natural habitat. 2, they shorten animals' lifespans drastically. And 3, this is all going on while there are current alternatives to zoos. So to begin, zoos take animals out of and alienate animals from their natural habitat. Such as polar bears, they're used to these wide open ice caps, huge range of area. I actually have a picture. This is the type of environment polar bears are used to. You got that? So, according to freedomforanimals.org, lions and tigers, they have about 18,000 times less space in the zoo than they do in the wild. 18,000 times. So if you think that's a big number, polar bears, they actually have, according to the same freedomforanimals.org, they have about 1,000,000 times less space in zoos than they do in the wild. So like I said earlier, polar bears are used to that wide open range. They're used to the ice caps. This is a picture. This is oftentimes a habitat that they are in the zoo. This is their zoo habitat compared to what I showed you earlier, natural habitat. According to polarbearfacts.net, polar bears can easily swim 62 miles in a single journey. So I don't know about you, but this right here, this little pool, does not look like 62 miles at all. Next, zoos are shortening animals' lifespans drastically. Elephants can actually live 3 times longer in the wild compared to in zoos, according to freedomforanimals.org. So you might actually think zoos should be safer for animals. They should live longer in zoos. They don't have natural predators hunting them. Well, also according to freedomforanimals.org, 40% of baby lion cubs die within the first month in a zoo, while in the wild, only 30% die within 6 months, and that's with natural predators hunting, while the zoos don't have that. So as you can see, cubs and other animals are dying much faster in zoos than in their natural environment. Finally, this is happening all while there are current alternatives to zoos. For example, they have animal sanctuaries in place to take care of injured animals, animals in need, to stop different roadside zoos. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. People just have animals in cages and charge to come look at them. So they have animal sanctuaries in place for that. Alternatives to going to look at animals, you could go, what I did my senior year of high school. We went out to the tide pools in Grayland and actually looked and saw tons of starfish, jellyfish. There was a squid. Really cool experience right there in their habitat, all natural. You can go snorkeling to experience animals. If you have enough money, you could go on a safari of some kind. These are all alternatives to going to the zoo. To wrap things up, zoos, terrible. Terrible for the animals. They don't like it there. It's unnatural. It's shortening their lifespans, and there are alternatives. But in the end, zoos are businesses, so why are they still running? Because we are still going. Do not go to zoos. Oh, and is there any questions?
Is this a recent discovery?
For zoos being bad?
For zoos being bad.
None of the facts that I've came up with were recent. This has been going on for some time. Any other questions?
Nope.
Nope. This is my audience one last time. Where you at? Down there.